Right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Hilly for Friday night. It's the start of the weekend. Let's go crazy. Yeah, let's not do that. Okay, so we are here with PRF1 as we do every Friday, and it is full qualifying 50% race. We are at Austin, Texas this week for the Circuits of the Americas USA Grand Prix. Um, hey, Axel. Yes, I believe it's CL something or something or another. Yeah, I did. Uh, there it is. Yes, alright, boys. There we go. I've just added you back, Axel. Alright. So that's cool. So if you're on the podium at the end, we should be able to sort that out. Right, let me invite Vice, because the young man is getting very impatient. He's joining me on comms tonight, and you know what teenagers are like. He's going to have a tantrum in a minute if I don't get him in. So there we go. Okay, so yeah, we are full quality 50% race. We are 19 at the moment. Or is it 18? Is Vice one of those? No, he's already spectated it. So we are 19 at the moment. So keep an eye at Greza. There might be one available. Hello, Vice.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. I was doing some time trial laps on tracks backwards, and
Oh, yeah.
Spa is so fun because on Eau Rouge you're going downhill, so you're gaining even more speed. It's amazing.
Okay. And on that bombshell, everybody, that's it. Good night for the evening. Um, we are
Uh,
finished. Um,
uh,
okay. What made you do that?
well, I think I saw this TikTok or YouTube short where this guy was just doing Spa backwards. It was a real life car. It was I think for 2013 Red Bull,
Right.
and they were doing Spa backwards, but he went so slow down Eau Rouge, so I wanted to try it for myself and see if I could go flat out.
Could you?
But well, I tried, but I ended up in the wall. You have to do a tiny bit of the brake, and then back onto the power. But yeah, it's because you're going off of the Camel Straight, so you're gaining even more speed than you usually would.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, of course, downhill, that makes it even faster.
I see. I see. Yeah. Of course it does. So yeah. Yeah. Rouge is hard enough the correct way round without doing it the other way. That's
Yeah.
recipe for disaster. So we're too short at the moment. Somebody's disappeared. We were on 19, so somebody has disappeared.
I think it's operator, yeah, operator. He's not online as well, so
Yeah.
yeah.
Operator's usually very good if he's not making a race. He usually is very prompt in letting you know. Um,
Yeah.
he's a pest controller and he can get called out at some very weird times, um, particularly in the warmer months because of wasp nests and things like that.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
so we
Well,
got
if he
oh, go
doesn't
on.
join us, if he doesn't join us, we could have Greza with us as well.
We could do, or he can jump in a car. It does, whichever way he wants to do it, whatever he prefers to do, really. Um, could have three of us on
Yeah.
comms. Could be fun, or it could be completely disastrous and just talk over each other the whole time. It's one or the other.
Yeah. Well, operator's also offline on Xbox and on his phone, so for some reason I think he's not going to be joining us for a while now.
Yeah, he may. Yeah, so I expect he's been called out to a job, and on this occasion, unfortunately, he may have just forgotten to tell us. But he's usually very good if he does get called out to let us know. But
But we're starting.
so yeah, the countdown is
Well then,
on.
so either Grez is gonna have 15 minutes to get in a seat or he's gonna join us on comms.
Yeah.
But yeah, that means operator is not coming. Oh, as
Right.
Clem's asking for the track information.
Yeah, he's put the wrong name though. He's put Hilly. I think he definitely meant Vice. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm literally searching up the facts right now.
Oh right. Shall I do some time filling for you? Um. Okay. Here we go. Then into qualifying. 19 drivers on the grid at the moment. We might get to 20 if Greza joins us, but 19 is still a very good turnout. Round 3 of the season, and it's been very exciting so far. There hasn't been one safety car yet this season. There's been lots, but we'll we'll hope there isn't any tonight. Good track though, as Austin. Good racing around here. Usually the races are usually very entertaining. And
Right, so
we head into qualifying now. So yeah, go on then. Here is Vice with some incredible facts about Austin,
it's
Texas. Take it away, Vice.
just so you know, it's too long. So we'll basically, by the end I finish this, it's going to be the end of Q1. So we'll do a bit at the start of each Q,
Oh, okay.
qualifying. Okay. So the United States Grand Prix dates back to the early 1900s when it was known as the Grand Prize and runs on the tracks in Long Island, New York, and Georgia. America's other big race, the Indianapolis 500, also traces its history back to this period. The Indy 500 was also one of the inaugural, I can't say that word,
Inaugural.
inaugural yeah, races during the first 11 years of the modern Formula One World Championship, 1950 to 1960. After the Watkins Glen circuit near New York established a solid place on the F1 calendar for 20 consecutive years, from 1961 to 1980. The F1 circus also visited other stateside venues in the 1980s, although none of the races were referred to as the United States Grand Prix. A street circuit in Long Beach, California hosted the United States Grand Prix West between 1975 and 1973. No, 1983. Okay, I'll stop it there then. But
Nice,
that's...
nice. You've
yeah.
well, Clem is just he can't contain himself at the moment, so he is absolutely riveted. Um, look at that, devoting my time to the. This needs to be riveting because he's devoting his time to it. Oh my god! Wow! No way! Wow! Amazing. So that
Brilliant.
is, you've just made his day.
Yeah, really, yeah.
His weekend off to an absolute flying start.
Uh,
We got Axel out on track first. All sorts of invalidations going on in his outlap, but not right at the end of the lap. So his first lap is going to be, well, it's going to start okay anyway. We'll see if he finishes okay. So that's turn one. And how do you take that first turn then, Vice? Do you hang the car out wide to the right and then sort of turn in late? Or...
well, for me, no. Usually I just try and hit the curb on the inside, but honestly, I don't know the ideal racing line through turn one there, so
yeah,
that's how I take it, but I'm not sure if it's the quickest.
I know in previous years that you'd have been better off really hanging the car out right over the curb and then turning in quite late so you could get on the power a lot easier, with a straighter exit. But if you hang the car out to the right now, this year, I'm finding in a way that it doesn't brake very well on the curb on the right hand side. So I find it better just to keep the car a little bit further in this year.
Fair enough.
So, yeah. So it will depend as well on whether you use ABS or not. So
Yeah.
use
Well,
ABS, you'd be turning into the corner while still braking. But if you're not using ABS, then you'd still be braking, but you'd be used right off the brakes while you turn in. So
because I'm interested in turning off assists, I just have this question. When you're using ABS, do you have to brake earlier for corners, just so you don't lock up going into the corner? I understand how braking without ABS works. I'm just not sure. Do you have to brake earlier, or is it just normal, as it usually would be?
I think once you've sort of, you've really got into grips with it, I think you should be able to brake the same time. Obviously, while you're learning, it's probably advisable to brake a little bit earlier than you normally would. You don't want to be braking way too early, but just a little bit earlier is probably advisable. We've got some times going on the board now. Camera roll's done a 33.1, Axel 33.9, but on the mediums, Ollie 33.9, 34.2, Atkins 34.3, Scott, so 2 Williams doing okay. Gumba, Aaron, Fatal, and this here is Dragoon in the Aston Martin. Just coming out the final corner, and he gets underway with a 34.7.
And another thing to note is that Ollie is using a new wheel today, so a new setup. He said he still hasn't got to grips with it, so it's going to be interesting to see how he tackles the race today.
Yeah,
because
so
I think he will have.
He used it last night in the race, and he didn't seem himself completely, I must admit, but it's just going to take a bit of time to get used to it, and then he'll be fine. But mind you, he did also get smashed into. Somebody basically completely missed their braking into turn 1, and just they went straight into the side of his car. So if he did get to continue, I'm sure he'd have had damage from that, so that wouldn't have helped. Evening, Dark Mark. Thanks for joining. Reza is in the queue for the golf box now on Friday, so isn't it great? Incredible. Avert your ears, Vice.
Wait, is he joining us?
I don't know. Are you joining us, Reza? Or are you...
Oh wait, you guys are seeing this on the Twitch chat. I just remembered. I thought this was all on the Discord. I was really confused.
Yes, it's on the Twitch chat. Yeah, you gonna join us, Reza? Are you gonna jump in a car? What are you gonna do? Lily, how'd your race go? As in yesterday. Well, I finished. Not much.
Amazing.
There wasn't much else to it, really. I finished. No, I was a bit unlucky because
I was unlucky as well.
Spun round in the hairpin at Canada, which lost me 3 places right at the end of the race. So that was annoying. And also, I could have still got those 3 places. I had a 3-second penalty come up, and I could have still got those 3 places if I got the 3 seconds removed, because I only had 2 warnings. And when I went to check the race director at the end, there was no instance on there, so I couldn't even ask for that to be removed. It's like, oh my goodness. That would have been P6, but unfortunately.
Well, my race bear, I got that drive-through penalty for speeding into the pit lane instead of the 5-second penalty, and it was under a safety car as well, so it was just really stupid. I was in P14 there, but then with the drive-through, then also having to change my wing because my brain just completely switched off and I crashed into the back of someone, and it all basically just turned to poop after that. And then also I disconnected. After all of that, since everyone scores points, I still got 3 points, and at the moment I've finished every week race that I've done, which is, I'm happy with that.
Good. So, Robo here, just coming to the end of 62, 1 minute 3.2. I'm pretty sure the fastest times would be in the 102s there, so it's not on an absolutely lightning lap. Clem says, besides 1 or 2 things, he loved last night's race, so I'm glad to hear that, Clem. And,
Rez is saying if reserve or operator don't join by Q1, I will join and start at the back of the grid.
Yeah, okay, Greza, that's fair enough. So Robbo across the line, 1 minute 34.3, what puts him to P6, it's not too bad. Straight, who else is there? Dark Lord. He's on a lap.
Just finishing it up in Sector 3.
Yeah. I do hate that.
He broke.
An ultimate corner. In cockpit cam, you're just blind. You can't see it at all. So you just got to trust that you're turning in at the right time.
Well, for me, it's satisfying, to be honest. I like it.
It's good when you get it right. It is.
Yeah.
Validate. It's annoying as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, when you get it right, it is, and you definitely know when you've got it right as well. It's one of those. Shrek 33.7 goes into P2.
Right now, Cameron's got a command lead.
Yeah. Certainly. On that there, stamps a bit of authority on the first session. Yes, Axel on the mediums, only 8/10 behind. A track like this is probably quite a reasonable difference between the soft and the medium, I would have thought. So,
Yeah.
I don't know what just happened to Spriggs. He's invalidated, but there was a car stopped, and I don't know whether that's put him off or not. But
Yeah, I think he invalidated just after the stopped car.
yeah,
It was on the through the S's. It was the last section of the S's where he invalidated.
yeah. So
Edgar's
the
gonna
stop
go
car
through
wasn't
that
in the way.
section.
I wasn't sort of suggesting he was in the way.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just you take your eye off sometimes. And
The corner
So-
spreader's going through now. This one,
Yeah,
he invalidated.
that's it. That's the one with now, spreader. So there he goes. Hello, Well. Thank you for joining. I hope you're well. And it's definitely a lot better than pre-season, Clem, isn't it? But still need to just get the driving standards up a bit. There's some silly moves going on. Not just on Thursday, it's happening in every league, I think, at the moment. You just need to
Yeah.
a bit more sensible, really,
definitely.
with the moves. But some of the stuff that got sent into the stewards from last night, some of the dives going into the final chicane at Canada was, wow, ridiculous, to be honest.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of... Yeah, just league racing in general. It's been, from all the leagues I'm in, there's been, I would say, at least 3 which have had, yeah, just, as you said, not really sensible overtakes and racing.
So, yeah. Spreader up into P2 with his lap, so you'll be safe on that. I think at the moment, the cut-off, the cut-off doesn't have a time at the moment, but Photo's on 1:36.0. I'm sure he's got plenty more than that, so I think low 34 is probably where you're going to need to be at least here, I think. Cut-off
I
is-
honestly have no idea. I don't think I've ever commentated or raced here. So,
not?
yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
what's just happened? Spriggs has left a session. His car's disappeared
Second
off the track.
time. That's the second time he's left the session. I think he's having some issues. I would invite him back again, but...
I swear his car just disappeared off the track and reappeared in the pit lane. I'd have to watch that back. That was odd.
Oh, what? Oh, hell!
I mean, that would be better
that's great.
than what it has been doing recently when somebody leaves a qualifying session, which is just retiring them. So,
Oh, thanks, Will. That's really nice.
Big D goes P10 on a 34.4. There's oh, Whale, you absolute legend. He's become my top gifter. Thank you very much, Whale. He's gifted to Don't Like Q45. I don't know who that is, but thank you for watching Don't Like Q45.
Oh, that's sad. Don't
There
like you.
Steve, Chips, and Vice. Oh, Vice.
Yay!
Vice!
Woohoo!
Clem, looks like someone else is after the free gift you mentioned to me the other day. Well, yeah, everybody's after that, Clem.
Spriggs is back online.
He's being naughty again.
Yeah, I can feel it. Oh,
Dre,
after race round.
is round. That's that pesky corner. I hate that corner. That's... Oh. Is there even a right way to take that corner? Or is the right way just to survive it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate that. That corner has ruined so many laps.
It's now I've got to get the thing out of my head when I think it's a short quali. Because after I commentate on a short quali and a sprint, I remember once it was just Q1 and I was like, oh my god, that's Kamrov taking pole position, even if it was just the end of Q1. And I was so confused why people at the front were retiring in the pit lane when they still had more time to go out.
Aww. That must have been right back when you first did it, surely. When you first did.
It was the last race of season 7, so it honestly wasn't that long ago. Because after that everyone was just in pre-season, so
Right.
yeah.
Oh, Dre went back to the pits. I thought he was going to go again. He's cutting that fine, isn't he? Actually, I just realised that because this ain't a short lap. So
Yeah.
30 seconds in, 30 seconds out. He is cutting that very, very fine and straight.
Yeah.
Should be alright, but you can't hang about in the pits. He needs to, it's literally in and out again.
For sure, yeah. And he's he'll have to pretty much do, when he comes out of the pit lane, he'll have to do a 1:35 or something like that, I think. Maybe. It depends, but it's going to be a close one.
He's really cutting it tight. Big D retires from the session in P10. Yeah, I think he's okay. 34.4. Leo here is improving, but only 16 thousandths up in sector 2. He was actually more than that up in sector 1, so he's lost a bit through sector 2.
He did well in qualifying in Lauda on Tuesday.
Yeah,
But
he did well
I think
last Friday as well.
Yeah, I think he's improving a bit. He's definitely... I don't think it's a massive step like Axel's made, but it's still an improvement, for sure.
Oh yeah, I got the hat.
7/10. Yeah.
Nice big improvement through the final sector, so clearly that was a mistake that you've made previously or something. Dark Lord is going around into the final sector.
Maybe Big D should be worrying now if Teo can put in a lap like that, what others can do behind him.
Yeah.
But I think he's still safe, but...
I think he is, yeah, but... I'll tell you what, I don't think Dre's gotten out quick enough. Is that him going into the hairpin?
No. Wait, is he? Yeah. Oh, I thought that was turn 1 for a moment. No, he's not going to have enough time now. Yeah, definitely not. He's gone through. I think he's going to have to cut a few corners if he wants to make it through, but I don't think that's legal.
He's not through. No, he's not going to make it. It's 30 seconds now.
Yeah.
And he's only just going across the sector 2 line, and the sector 3 is 30 odd seconds. So
he'd have to be past this section to...
He can't make it. He'd have to set a world record sector 3 to get across the line. So...
Oh,
that's a big...
It's by a few
Dark Mark
tiny
jumps up
seconds
to
as well.
P7. That puts Dark Lord down, and Dark Lord will be out. He's not on a lap. He's on a big improvement. Dre does not make it.
Missed out by 2 seconds.
So, there we go. So it's Fatal Defiance and Spriggs. Fatal Defiance was the second up through sector 2.
Yeah, he's doing well. But a second up would not improve his position, so he's going to have to find a bit more time through sector 3.
Yep. Here he comes. And 34.7, 1.4 seconds. He improves 2 P16. Only misses out
close
by
to
4 hundredths of a second. Although Spriggs is on his way towards the final corner.
With all his disconnects, this is going to be really important here, that if he just gets a nice clean lap, and I think he's done exactly that.
P5. That's it. Made sure he got a clean lap on the board. So, in the end then, we lose Dragoon, Fatal Defiance, Dark Lord, and Dre, who did not manage to get a time on the board. So when he
And
drove
Aaron's
into
now
the
coming
pits,
up
he had
across
to
the
be
line.
literally in and out again. He couldn't hang about. Just had to hit the button and go back out. But he just sort of hung about a little bit, and he's missed it by, you reckon, about 2 seconds, Vice.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 seconds.
So, just waiting for Dark Mark and Dark Lord to be pushed into the pits.
But have you had this thing on your controller when it vibrates, when other cars are going over curbs and stuff?
No.
Cause my controller, it's like I'm driving everyone's cars, so when I'm spectating, when someone hits the brakes or goes over a curb, I feel the force feedback through the controller.
No.
Super weird.
No. The only weird thing I've had with vibrations on my pad was, I got reported for an incident after the race, and this was at Canada as well. This was coming out of the hairpin at Canada, where my pad just went absolutely nuts. Nothing was happening. I was just accelerating out the hairpin, but my pad went absolutely nuts. And then it turned out after I got reported for an incident because I was just like driving into
Oh,
another driver, pushing him off track, and I was like, he wasn't there.
yeah.
There's nobody there. Luckily, it did actually turn out that this other guy had completely desynced from the lobby, so I didn't get in trouble for
Yeah.
it. But yeah, I was wondering why my pad was doing it, but you know,
Oh well.
yeah, poor guy. I was absolutely barging him about all over the place on his screen.
uh. Ooh, I can now
Go
use your special
Welses.
emotes.
Yay! I don't really have special.
Uh,
Well, you know, they're the basic ones. I think I did set them up with
yeah.
some, but I didn't really know what I was doing, to be honest. So there we go. Mr. Whale is a legend.
Spriggs is saying that it's his internet, his network is saying it's perfect, which obviously is not true since he's been disconnecting. So I wonder what's happened there.
Well, yeah, I had the same thing in qualifying last night at Canada. That's why I was down at the back, because my internet was
Oh,
saying it was absolutely fine, but I disconnected and it just would not let me back in. And then I came out of the game. I had to restart the Xbox. It still wasn't working, so I turned the internet off and on. That did work. But after we finished the race, and I exited the lobby and everything, and we'd done for the night, it happened again. So
yeah.
I've got no idea what caused it. And for once, I've actually managed to get the internet on. My internet shows up like, on the router like a phone, so you know,
Yeah.
like the phone signal on your phone with the
Yeah,
5 bars. So for the first time in ages, I've actually managed to get the internet on 5 bars instead of 4. So it's actually
woohoo.
working the best it has for ages. But I
Well,
do have big news on that front. I have ordered fibre broadband, so I'm waiting to be contacted for the installation. So I
woohoo.
will be upgrading from about 15 to 20 megabytes a second download and 1 megabyte a second upload, which I currently am on, to 600 download and 100
Wow.
upload. So I'm rather excited. Hopefully
Well,
never race with people jumping around the screen ever again.
yeah. Well, I'm at 4 bars right now, so yeah.
I didn't know if everybody's was like that or whether mine was because it's a mobile network with a free network at the moment.
Yeah.
So here comes Axel to start a lap then. Do you want to do the... Well, what did we call it
Uh,
last time? I can't remember. The Vice...
um,
Too late for
uh,
Axel now, but we'll pick someone else. So
wait, no, I remember. A vital vice lap.
is it Vice or Vice lap? Or you could have the Vice Velocity lap. Master
I think
Spread
I
is on
like
his
the
way round the
vital.
final corner now.
I think I like the vital because
Okay,
it's
the
just
Here he is anyway.
because each lap is absolutely vital. Anyway, master spread down the back straight, DRS open, tops out at 188 miles an hour. Tucson for turn 1 down to second. Starts accelerating again as he now makes his way through the S's. Flat round, the first two, then a little bit of a lift, down to 6th gear, a little bit on the brakes there. As now he goes through what he says is his most annoying section of the track. Gets nice onto the curb, on the outside, as now braking just before the 50-meter board, down to 2nd gear. Oh, a little bit of a squirm there on the rear end for a master spread, but he's got it all nice and clean, opens up the DRS, down the back straight. Expect most overtakes to happen here as he goes to the outside to open up the corner. Usually you should really go over that orange curb there, as he now goes through into sector 3. Again, a little bit of a squirm on the rear end, as here you could maybe see overtakes down the inside or around the outside, as now goes through this long right-hander flat out and heads his way into the final 2 corners. Tiny bit on the brakes through here, maybe ran a little bit wider than he would have wanted. Brakes it again into the final corner, takes a nice bit of curb, opens up a DRS, and that's a 1:34.349 from Spreader, puts him P4 at the moment here in Q2.
That lap wasn't as quick as I thought it was going to be honest. It
Yeah.
was better than that.
Yeah.
So, I assume he's probably using a scrub set, to be fair. Axel's also done a 33-1, but he didn't use softs in the first session, so we know he's used fresh softs there. I suspect Cameral's 33.3 is probably on the worn set using Q1.
Well, actually, no, because I've popped up the tyres, and everyone's on new tyres at the moment. Everyone's finished their laps, and they're on 1-lap tyres.
Oh,
Except
I think it shows
for...
that in a way, though, mate. I don't think it shows more than that in Q2 if they're using the same tyre. So,
okay.
I don't quote me on that, but I don't think it does.
Because I think I've seen people it go up to 2, 3, and 4, but is that...
It does,
I'm assuming...
but that's because they actually stay out on track.
Yeah,
rather than pitting,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But,
Yeah, okay, that makes sense, yeah.
Ollie is invalidated. Davis is just headed out the pits. So a lot going on at the moment. We could check the bottom drivers, see if they're doing another lap, but I doubt it. It's not. I'm not sure about whether Cameral's lap would have been on old tyres. He might have done. I'm sort of giving it a go, but this track is notorious really for not. It takes a hell of a lot out of a set of softs to do a body run around here. So I would argue if that is the same set of softs that Cameral's used, it's probably a better lap than his lap in Q1, even though it's...
Grez is saying it was on scrubs.
Yeah, in that case, for me that's a better lap than what he did in Q1. If he'd done that exact same lap in Q1, he probably would have been in the high 32s, I'd imagine.
Yeah, the 2 Williamses are doing well. Atkinson's got P6 and P7.
They
had a good race in Australia, I think it was the first race, or at least Scott did. And then also in pre-season in Bahrain, they were both 7th and 8th, I think. So the 2 Williams boys definitely have potential. I feel like for similar to real life, where sometimes we're in the top 10, sometimes we're not.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool.
But yeah,
As Fatal saying objective. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fatal saying objective
the
for
race.
tonight.
I think that's a fair objective. Fatal had a difficult start to the season, so I think that is a fair objective. You know what it's like as well, mate. Even if you do it all round, they'll be able to make mistakes, and you'll pick up places anyway. So it's up to the end.
Yeah. Just keep damage free, and you'll be fine.
If you keep damage free, penalty free if you can. It's difficult around here though to be penalty free, to be fair. If you avoid the damage, you've always got a chance, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
So, little tip for you guys: when you go into corners like that Davis has just gone through the big hairpin, So obviously we had one at Canada last night and got one here. Generally on this year's game, the most sort of run differential you're going to have is 50%. So approaching a corner like that, if you just up it on your MFD just to 55%, it will give you a much better traction out of those sort of corners.
That's actually what I needed in the Canada race. So.
Just
make sure to remember
you put it back down to 50 after. That's all.
Yeah, I remember in the quali, my first lap, I think I pressed the wrong button or something, and I was sliding everywhere. I couldn't get the car slowed down on my first lap, and I was like, "What is going on?" And then I looked at my differential; it was a 0%. So, so that was just really weird. Don't know how it got all the way down there, but yeah.
Well, it'd been 50%. That's the lowest it can go to differential. But
yeah.
So yeah, but most setups these days are using that. There are some tracks. In fact, here you probably have it set a bit higher. To be fair, and it's quite usual to maybe have it a bit higher in race than you're doing qualies. So also using the less grippy tyres. Robbo, 8 attempts up in sector 2, that's sending them into the 30 freeze. So I think really you need to be in the 30 freeze here for Q2, I would suggest. So into the final corner then, Robbo, and here he comes, DRS open for a little bit, and it's a 33.5. Robbo looking pacey, what we like to see.
Yeah. He's looking quick.
34.999. He is on an in-lap though, Davis is invalidated, but I'm sure that was his in-lap in a way. Who else is out there? Ollie?
Big D likes to stay in the pit lane in Q1, and now in Q2 he's just stayed in the pit lane for the majority of it.
Yeah. Unless he's doing something in real life that's taking him away from the computer for a minute. I'm not sure I fancy doing that, to be honest. Too much pressure on one lap at the end, especially on a track like this where it's so easy to invalidate.
Happened in, I remember last season in Canada with Knowsley, when he he left it till the end. Yeah, I invited him.
Oh, did you? Did you now?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Am I not allowed?
Yeah, of course you're allowed.
Evening, lads. How are you doing?
I mean, no, you're not allowed. That was terrible advice. How dare you? Yes, of course you're allowed. Hello, Greza.
Hello, how are you doing?
Thanks for joining. Now I've got to turn your microphone up. I bought a new pad and now everybody's microphones is turned down every time they join a party. So I've got to turn you back up, otherwise I can't hear you. There you go. Excellent. Lovely. Any surprises so far, Greza?
I think the Williams boys are doing quite well, and Axel's, Robbo's clearly got decent pace here. Ollie gets third. He's getting to grips with his new equipment, isn't he?
Yeah.
He is, yep. Aaron's out there now, and we have Ferrari. He's...
Cameral's retired in the pits, which I think is a fair thing to do.
Yeah, he's safe.
We'll definitely make it through.
I think that's when including Robbo is safe. The ones below that I'm not 100% sure on.
I think Spreader would have done a scrub run on a 34.3, wouldn't he? So
yeah,
definitely.
And quite a lot of them as well. So
yeah,
cut-off time. What's it going to be?
Lap on a scrub set. That's a really impressive lap.
Yeah, he was over the moon with that. I was in the party when he said it, so I could tell you.
Yeah, well, I think definitely in qualifying it's usually been Axel versus Camero. I think
you compare that. Axel used the mediums in Q1, so that is a fresh set for Axel. Whether it might just been a banker lap to get through, but still 2 temps off him on a scrub set.
Yeah. Well, if Kamarov can replicate that lap he's done with new tyres, he would be Flying
There's
ahead
Aaron.
is Aaron,
337 from
P6.
Aaron. Who's P6? Some nice lap.
Now, I think he has the fuel to recharge and go for another lap.
Oh, he's run out of
Aaron.
fuel. Oh, he's okay. He's run out.
You don't really get the opportunity to do that though, Vice, around here. It's just so hard on the tyres around here.
Yeah.
Chance
fair
of
enough,
improving
yeah.
on a second attempt. So the other reason you keep enough fuel in is just in case you invalidate the first run, really. But
Yeah, fair
I
enough.
think that's good enough from Aaron anyway. I think that's one of those laps. It may well get him through that one. So
Spreader's on the lap. For a second it said 2 seconds down, but I'm assuming that was out lap. It's updated now. He's just under a 10th up.
okay. Definitely needs an improvement. Driver ahead
Yeah.
of him.
So it's
half
so
a
hard to
second
judge
ahead.
that cut-off because you don't know who's on scrubs and who's not.
No,
Yeah.
that's it. So
And Spreader's his quality pace hasn't really been a strong side. He's always been extremely quick in the races, but still.
He'll be
he's-
quick enough to get through there, I think.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it should be.
yeah.
Feel improving through sector 2, but not enough really. He's only a 10th up. Isn't enough at the moment to get him out to 35s, but I suspect he's got a big improvement in him in the final sector. He needs to find, just to get into the top 10, he needs to find another 6 tenths.
Yeah.
another factor in is Spriggs and Big D haven't done a lap yet, and they're pretty quick.
Spriggs hasn't. Is
Yeah.
his connection doing well now? He's on a lap, but he's 2 tenths down. And yeah, to P11, very close, but yeah, I think he should still call that successful qualifying for him. A spreader goes
He's
P2
just
as
over
well.
half a second. He goes 33.5, and he has a little moment at the final corner as well, where he's probably lost a couple of tenths there. So Davis has got some pace there. Both Red Bulls have.
I still think that's on the cusp, you know. Let's see. Big D,
33.9.
only 9.
And then he
Oh,
goes P10, and
I don't think he's making
Well-
it through. As Spriggs has left the session, he didn't improve on his lap, and I think that's something to do with his connection again.
I think a lot of this is going to be down to the Williams boys and potentially
Spriggs
Dartmouth.
got his lap in.
Atkins is a 10th up on his first lap. Scott, it doesn't show, but yeah, right now he'll have to find more time than that to get inside the top 10.
Yeah, Atkins just onto the straight.
Gumba's
He needs. I'm just looking at the timing. Sorry, he needs just over 4 attempts across the whole lap to displace Big D. But I think to be safe, he needs to get ahead of Spriggs. Just a 10th up in the second sector.
Dartmark is next.
I think he was improving by 7 tenths, or that might have been Gumba who's finished P13. 9 tenths.
P11. 4.0.
Atkins only a 10th up.
Yeah, only a 10th up at the moment. I think Big D might just be able to slide this one through. Atkins also might be giving Scott a little bit of
His final sector
slipstream.
looked pretty good, and he goes
Oh,
P10,
P10,
knocks out Big D, and that
and
is it.
Scott barely improves. Scott barely improves P13. Atkins just makes it through, and Spriggs lives to fight another day.
Yeah, so Big D pays the price for only doing the one run at the end of quali. I'm sure he'd have had the pace to get
Yeah,
through
he
otherwise.
did quite early as well.
It's Big D, Dartmark, Scott, Gumba and Theo are the drivers we lose at the end of Q2. So, well, I don't know, would you say Big D or Dartmark's got the biggest shot there? I think
It's
they're
close,
Q3
but Big
regulars, aren't they?
D, I'd say Big D's obviously track dependent, but Big D a little bit quicker than that map normally. Not much in it, but they're both a bit of a shock, to be honest.
Yeah, I
But
mean,
As
Big
is
D
the
on a
field
good
these
day.
days, it's so close. If you don't get your lap in, you're out.
Yeah, for sure.
That's it.
Big D also on a good day is usually fighting for the podium, so I'm not sure how he's been going on this game, to be honest. I've not seen him a lot, but on F122, definitely.
He was
Has he
definitely
got that
capable of
glitch for
fighting.
Spriggs there? It says he's not on a tyre. That's just made me laugh.
Oh no, no, it says he's on a softs for me.
Yeah, same with me.
There we go. We head into Q3. Only 3 invalidations in that whole session, by the way. Theo, Ollie, and Spreader.
Spreader's washed.
Spreader did a this and next lap one. So, come on then. Who's the who's gonna do it, guys? Who's your predictions?
I would say Kamarov, but it's going to be close between him and Axel.
Okay. So Kamarov for Vice. Are you gonna go with Vice Grezza or against him? You've made
I
this
think it's
awkward
more
for
of a
Grezza
question
now,
who will be
'cause he's mates
third,
with
but it'll be
Kamarov.
one of them two.
Don't sit on
Yeah.
the fence. Pick one. Come on.
Fine, I'll go with Axel.
Okay. Which
I'm gonna
means
say that was more of a banker lap with Axel. He knew he was fresh offs. I think he's got
Okay.
more to give.
Actually, no, I'm changing it. I'm going with Robbo. He's going to activate God mode. And Axel's...
I was gonna go Robbo for P3, you know.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
reckon-
Fucking good.
I think he did that in Q1, or he got P4, so he's got the potential in him. But
yeah.
yeah,
Don't fancy a
Grezza, you
master
saying
spread poll?
no?
No, not me.
To-
I think you got more.
if he gets P2 or P3, it's not out of the question. He can get that. It's just his race
D
pace is
said he's
usually
putting
better.
all his hopes on Prince Harry now. On about Al, because it's his teammate.
But
As
yeah.
Spriggs is
No, I
changing
think we got more
network,
chance of
so
solving world hunger tonight than Spreader getting pole position. So
yeah.
I think I'll go right. If you guys stick with the ones you said, I'll go for a surprise one, maybe, or maybe not that big a surprise. So I'll go for Ollie for pole, even though he's on his.
Well-
Yeah, not the normal Ollie, not a surprise, but obviously with his new equipment that he's getting used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever changed wheel before? Have you ever gone through that process?
I've never used the steering wheel, so
Oh,
well.
shit, you haven't, have you?
Apart from for an hour before I got annoyed with it, and then I got rid of it.
Did you not? Why did you not like it?
Because I didn't have anywhere to put it, so I was literally I had a tea tray on my lap with it attached to the tea tray. And every time I was turning,
yeah, you'll need a
the whole
rig.
thing was lifting up off my lap.
Oh, poor Hilly.
You used to get the really old school things where it was something that you put between your thighs, and then
Yeah.
you screwed the thing on top of it. Do you remember? That's very old school.
Yeah.
Imagine how odd that would be.
Oh dear. That's
When I swapped wheels, I had, because my previous one had no force feedback, and then when I got this one with force feedback, I was like, whoa, that's super weird. But yeah, it took some time to adjust the settings, but it feels better now. But took maybe I would say a week for me to get it in the sweet spot.
When I went from my Logitech, I was pretty much a race or two. I went from Logitech to Fanatec, and I was pretty much there within about a race.
Wow. Well,
I don't know if that's me beefing me up or whether I just adapted quicker than normal people. I don't know whether it's a bit harder than that naturally.
Well, I would say for me it was probably because that was the first time I used force feedback, so it was...
Oh yeah, that's completely different, I think.
Yeah.
Cammy,
I just instantly felt... Sorry, go on. We're forgetting about quality.
Matter.
Yeah.
He's just coming into the final. So what sort of final corners? So what sort of? Oh, Willow 132.7 lays down a bit of a gauntlet.
So now I'm gonna make my prediction for the actual quali timer 132.479.
That makes sense. Ahead of Axel.
132.479 is my poll time prediction.
Shrek's on a decent lap here. Ollie's 33.2. Oh, Shrek not great through the final corner. We didn't lose that much time. I think I just thought he was on a better lap than he was. I still expected more than this. I've got to be honest. I did do cons here a few weeks back, and pole position was 31.7. So
Oh,
I was expecting a
Yeah,
little
but that
bit
was
quicker than
probably
this.
Carsey, wasn't it?
Not Carsey. It was
our season 2.
oh, what's his name? Oh, I forgot his name off the top of my head. But Garcia. I can't remember.
Oh.
I can't remember his name, but he's what he is. He is like stupid fast. Yeah. He's definitely on Carsey's level, probably a little bit above Carsey.
Yeah.
What do we say? Carsey's faster than Plum and Bacon Soda? Yeah.
I don't know. At the race
Well,
pace, I
I
think they're
don't know.
probably similar. It's the the 1 lap time trial pole position. Sorry, quality
Yeah.
lap. Then Carsey's probably got the 1 lap pace. But,
3
well, the three
invalidations then, guys.
Yeah, I was going to
Yeah.
say the 3 guys who haven't got times on the board have all invalidated. So it's round 1 to Kamarov then. The 3 guys we mentioned.
Pressure
are
on
the
your
top
final
3.
run when you've done that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Last time I raced
Atkins
here,
not
I
so much
absolutely flew
pressure.
into Q3. It was looking good for high qualifying, and then invalidated 3 times in Q3.
What would
Yeah,
you do
yeah.
now, though, if you'd done that? Would you just get your banker in, or would you still push all the limits to get a good time?
Well,
think you
Because
may as
that's the
well push
quandary
it.
I have a
Probably.
lot of the time.
Yeah, I think, in all honesty, when you look at the field and how close it is, I don't think a banker's really going to do you anything here. So
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
might you, Greza, because you're faster than us, but for us, I would say we may as well just go out and try and light the sectors up, because just driving around putting a banker in for myself and Vice isn't gonna.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
Spread's got a
Gets
consistency. You can do a solid lap 2 times off the pace without pushing the limits. And I find I can do that as well. And I think that's what Spread will do. So he'll be couple attempts off, but he'll be starting 6th or 7th instead of invalidating. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe higher than
Yeah.
6th or 7th.
I mean,
he's,
Atkins here, he's got nothing to lose. He would definitely just throw the car around and hope for
Yeah,
You could
once
argue that
once he's
Atkins
got
has
that
won
time
his
on the board,
battle.
you might as well
His-
throw caution to the wind. You know what I mean?
Atkins is one of
Yeah.
the drivers that's in a really good partnership with Scott. So his sort of victory is to beat Scott in qualifying. It really,
Yeah.
he doesn't really need to aim for anything else. They're really close as teammates. So
Are they not siblings?
They are.
oh yes,
Yeah.
they are. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, so he definitely
yeah.
just wants to beat his brother then, doesn't he? Let's be honest.
yeah.
They're so funny to them too. I was in the party in Quali and he called him a frigging sausage for something. It was hilarious. I can't remember what for. Just make me laugh.
My brother, well, I've got 3 older brothers, but the one just next up
Right.
from me, he's very much a gamer, but he wouldn't touch any sports game, let alone F1. But if he did, it would just be him. I really wouldn't care about anybody else. I would just, as long as I beat him, that
Yeah.
would be it.
Well, I think I was doing my first league race and I told my sister about it. And she was expecting me to be on the podium or something. And yeah, definitely it would be funny if I got my sister on here.
Just gonna get a drink, lads, while we wait for the final runs.
It's a shame I didn't sort of know you sooner, Vice, because in ARC, when I was there, we had a youth league in there, which I could have got you into.
Oh.
It folded not long before I left, so unfortunately.
Oh.
We weren't always
Yeah.
getting great numbers, but like the owners in that would jump in sort of races just to fill the grid out a little bit. But yeah, it's quite good.
Oh. I would have. Yeah. They are seated. Well, at least when you were there. From what I heard, they were doing a few cool things, but
Yeah. We tried lots of things, but some took off better than others. But yeah, we gave it a go, and we advertised it so much on Facebook, we just couldn't get it. Well, for one of the seasons, we did have the numbers up, and it was basically a full grid for the start of the season. And it actually came to doing a race. There was like 8 people there, and it was just
Oh,
well,
that's not nice. Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah.
Robbo has started his final run.
Yeah, on a good lap, Robbo can definitely get top 4 for sure. I've seen him do it a few times, so yeah.
Would you like to know what their T2 times were? Because I just jumped on quickly to get a setup before.
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah.
Okay, so Kamarov and Axel had done a 32.1.
Yeah.
Robbo done a 32.8, Shrek a 32.6, and I jumped between them, 32.7 I did.
Nice. 32.7
Okay,
is
so-
what
I
mine
remember
was
anyone else,
before
yeah.
they deleted it all. Mine was 32.7.
Yeah, I just said that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So, Robbo then, I've actually managed to miss both the split times, so I've got no idea if he's improving, but it's looked like a decent lap.
well, I'm gonna predict he's gonna go P4 on a 133.29.
Red is invalidated.
Oh.
33.3 from
I knew
Robbo
it.
puts in P4. Look at that.
I predicted it.
Who's invalidated?
Well,
Spreader,
that's
yeah.
that's
Spreader
end
has
of qualifying for
invalidated.
Cameron.
Has
Both
he got
laps
time
he's
to get round? I
invalidated.
assume he has.
I don't think he does.
Yeah,
Oh, it's-
yeah.
it's-
Yeah,
just,
he has.
ooh,
Yeah, it
just
will
about
be.
though.
Yeah. I think Teo at this moment he had around. Yeah, I think Master
that
does
is a
make
great
it through
time.
by 6 seconds maybe.
Oh, a lap from Al.
Oh.
1 puts him into P3. That's a great lap from Al.
Yeah, it's doing
So,
well.
I've gone to Cammy. I've managed to miss his set to runs, just looking at Aaron's time, but
Spriggs now, he's up across the line.
where's
Trouble with
Axel?
connection issues, but
Oh,
goes
Axel's
P4 2
invalidated.
tenths up. Oh,
It's-
two big names invalidating here.
Spread
And that's going to be
has
the
made
end of
it.
his quality.
Yeah.
There he
Yeah,
goes.
by 10
So, 10
seconds, yeah.
seconds to go. So, Cammy is up almost 2 tenths.
That was Shrek, I think,
Looking
who
good. And
put
with
it
Axel
in P5.
invalidated, it's looking like should be pole position. So is Kamarov, as long as he keeps
Oh.
on good.
If he does the time that I predicted, you're gonna have to buy that cruise which you spoke about last season. Oh no! Just
42.3.
he went
eight,
22 milliseconds above it. Ah,
Good.
Oh,
I don't
that's a
even know
shock,
what you
Robbo. I was expecting more.
I don't even know what you predicted. You could have lied to me there.
no, I wouldn't do such a thing. I don't think now we have Atkins.
No, he's 3.5 tenths down. Spriggs. Shrek is down in set to 1.
Yeah, I think Shrek and Spriggs have already finished their laps. You can see their ERS is low. There's no way they would improve with that low ERS.
Across the line, yeah, before the checkered flag. Okay. So, and Spreader 102.6 for set to 2 is not exactly setting the boards alight at all. So,
He's done a lap on the tyres as well though, but
Yeah.
So he might gain a few places, but I don't think it's going to be much.
Yeah, I think maybe he just wants to play it.
P2.
Oh, P2!
goodness me. I got that completely wrong. Well
I
said.
would
Amazing.
expected that.
32.8. Fair enough.
Wow.
Spreader. What a lap. Fair play.
I was doubting he could even get P3 in quali, but yeah, wow.
Wow. Okay. So Kamarov.
Those are
P1,
old tyres as well.
and well, completely dominant. Really, Kamarov a whole. Well, not quite half a second, but not far off it.
It's what Axel could have done, isn't it?
Yeah. We shall never
Yeah,
know.
for sure. he invalidated his final Q3 lap for the third time in a row, he says. But yeah, I would say Al's a good surprise, where Robbo and Van really dropped down to P9, but Al's
Yeah.
a nice surprise. Breder is, and yeah, pretty much all the same as what you would expect, I would say.
Yeah, so just to confirm, guys,
all the
it's
rest.
Kamarov P1, Spreader P2, Axel and Ollie are on the second row, Aaron and Spriggs 5 and 6, Shrek and Davis on the fourth row, and then the second Red Bull of Robbo in P9 with Atkins in 10. And
we had...
Did Scott qualify P11 or... Oh no, I think he was P12 actually, Scott. So let's go
13, P13.
Oh, was he? Okay.
But yeah, that was 11 invalidations in Q3, so we definitely stepped up the pace and took more risks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right, I'm gonna let you guys
Yeah.
go for the rest of the race. I will.
Best, go and get your gloves on, mate. Your
I
helmet.
don't think I'll be talking to you after looking at the pace of that, but well, let's see.
You never know, mate. You never know. It's just a few safety cars thrown in. Hopefully there won't be, but you know.
Yeah, I mean, you're always there somehow, so...
Yeah, try the 2-stop Grezza, see how you get on with that.
You reckon?
Well, no, I don't.
3-stop, if you
definitely
ask
the way
me.
to go, but
He's giving me a soft medium.
exciting. Is it?
Soft medium.
around here, I don't fancy that.
Definitely not.
Soft's a die.
But, since hopefully Clem's still watching and he's not crying playing FIFA, but,
Right, I'll see you later, guys. Anyway,
Yeah, see you later, Grezza. Thanks for jumping in.
Bye-bye.
Bye. But, yeah, we'll continue with that then, hopefully. I'm still listening. Las Vegas joined the fray with Caesar's Palace, I think it's called. Honestly, I have no idea. In the car park of the casino of the same name,
If you want to
and
carry
a
on with
city
that, Bryce, I'm
centre.
going to go get yourself a coffee, alright?
Yeah, of course. And the city centre street circuit hosted the Detroit Grand Prix from 1982 to 1988. The US Grand Prix returned in 1989, this time to a street circuit in Phoenix, Arizona. After 3 poorly attended races, F1 disappeared from the US for almost 10 years. So there you go, Clem. I've left you on a cliffhanger. The US disappeared off of F1. The reason I'm saying that is because I just really want to go get a snack and also pee. So, bye guys.
Right, I'm back. Oh, hang on. Oh, his voice switched off. I should have put 50p in him before I left. Right, what's going on here? Love watching linked adverts to give away early money. Thanks, Aaron. Very much appreciated. Oh, I wish I had shares in Lynx Africa, mate. Jesus. So, what to expect around here? Now, very much hoping that we're not going to see too much in the way of safety cars. It's not usually a safety track for lots of safety cars. It's usually maybe 2 as a maximum, really. You don't normally get more than that. But it's a very good chance for a safety car free race. Watch yourselves into turn 1. It's a wide entry into turn 1, but the exit's not so wide, so just be a bit careful. And I'd say just edge on the side of caution, really, just to better to live to fight another day than throw all the way to turn 1. And also be careful through the S's. There's always the chance that someone around you might have to brake heavily. So not a lot you can do if they're right in front of you, but you have it in a way. Start P5BP, man after my own art. That is literally my start, just nailed right there. That's what I do every time.
That's nice.
So, do you just wake up, or did you go and get a drink?
Oh, I got 2 snacks, a drink, and I went to the toilet. Honestly, I thought I would miss the race start, but I'm the Flash, so we're all good. Oh, and there we go. We're starting the race.
5 lights on. Here we go at the Circuit of the Americas. We're going Texas.
And that's a good start from Spread. He's going to get alongside. Spread's going to get alongside already, going into turn 1. Oh, he went into neutral there. That definitely is not.
Oops.
That's messed up his exit.
Yeah, so that's a little bit of a get out of jail free there for Kamarov. A little mistake from Spreader. As the car's come flying through the S's.
Lost places.
And I have to say,
Gumba down to last.
Watching the drivers come through those S's then, I have to say that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
A few side by sides, but no contacts that I could see in a way. But, yeah, unfortunately for Gumby,
Al
he's got
has
down to
lost
the
1
back.
place.
Yeah, but a lot better than he was expecting, so it's not so bad as Shrek gets ahead of Davis. And now we have the 2 Red Bulls running 8 and 9. So tight. There's an Alpine coming to the inside. Plenty of drivers coming to the inside just to have a look, I suspect. But here's a move going on from Greza. At the inside, he might get 2 for 1 here. No, I don't think he got either of them in the end, actually. Fatal and Theo held him off. So, Greza up to 17 so far, so he's up a few places. It's not a bad start. I don't know where to look here,
he's actually
it's all
gained
so
most
tight, I don't
places.
know where to go. Shrek and Aaron.
Yeah.
1/10.
Yeah, Shrek's close. The whole field's really close to each other. Nobody's outside of a second of anybody except for Spreader and Kamarov.
Yeah, so that's quite a big moment, really. That's big for Kamarov. He's broken the 1 second on just the first lap.
Yeah, and it's not like Kamarov's used a lot more of his ERS than Spreader has. Spreader is back within DRS now, but it will be close.
I wonder, because he's catching back through the S's, so I wonder if Spreader's running a higher wing. He does prefer a higher wing to Kamarov, I believe, so he'll probably be faster through sector 1, but struggle a bit through sector 2, and 3 will be pretty even, I imagine.
Yeah, well, we'll see down this back straight.
It's, yeah. Oh, I don't know. I mean, I would say Kamarov is running a lower wing, but I don't think it's by much going by that. Although I think Spreader might have had to use a little bit of energy to protect himself from Axel there, so probably doesn't tell its full story.
Whoa, picked you with a massive moment there. honestly, if Fatal finishes this race and in the top 15, he'll probably be my driver of the day.
Oh, definitely. He's holding Grezza back at the moment. Fair play to him. Not just
Yeah.
Grezza, actually. He's holding Grezza and Dre back. And Dark Lord.
Yeah, all extremely quick drivers, and
Yeah.
considering Goomba's outqualified him, and yeah, he's doing well, and on the hards as well. When everyone behind him's all mediums.
I should go to the tyres and let people see what's happening. So as you can see, guys, the vast 16 drivers starting on the medium tyres, 4 starting on the hards. I don't think we're likely to see anything other than a medium hard or hard medium vice, but I guess the guys starting on hards, if there's no safety car, could potentially go for softs towards the end.
Yeah, but the safety car would have to be quite late at the end. It can't be like usually on most tracks. If there's a safety car on the last 10 laps, you would go for softs, but I don't think that's the case around here.
Yeah, I think that's probably a bit much, isn't it? I think maybe 8 laps, but even that's a little bit iffy. Axel has gotten ahead of Spreader, by the way, and into P2. The gap, though, is 1.7 to Cammy.
So I'm watching this battle behind. Fatal tried to go for a move on Dragoon, but in the end, scuffed up his exit, and now he's having to defend from Greta, which he's doing quite well at the moment. But now he needs to be careful not to lose DRS to Dragoon.
Yeah. Just be sort of waving your arms to say come through, Greta, if he drops out the DRS. Just make it so easy. Being on the same tyres as Fatal, so at the moment the hard drivers do seem very much capable of fighting with medium tyre drivers. They're not losing loads of time or anything.
Yeah, and Spreader's staying nice and tucked in DRS of Axel, but actually just lost a lot of time through the S's, and Spriggs is really close.
He is right on the back of him. So Spread will have DRS to help him defend. He won't be, he's really low on energy as Spreader.
Oh,
there's nothing
yeah.
to do about Spriggs here, because if Spriggs wanted to use the energy here, he could and get the move done.
And
easily,
also Shrek.
but,
Shrek's going for a move on Ollie, and he's made that stick
still
for
side by side.
P5 in the race.
Spriggs and Spreader still side by side. Into turn 3. And now Spriggs will have the inside.
Oh.
Would that be definitive? I think Spreader's got a slightly better exit actually, so he's going to be able to try and take it back round the right-handers.
Wow. Fair play to him there.
Yeah.
Those yellow flags, who's that? I think it's not Fatal.
No, I think Fatal and Dragoon are just fighting.
Yeah.
They're having a lovely battle actually. They're around the right-handers as well. Fatal's made that move and holds it. As Andre still stuck behind those guys. Shows how good the field is, doesn't it? Oh, and it looks like Scott's had a moment out the final corner. He's dropped down to
Has
P14.
got damage?
I can't see anything obvious, no. So
Because, yeah, it was... When the yellow flag came out, Scott did lose a place. It was him and Dragoon and Fatal who were battling. Fatal side by side with Dragoon through the S's, and Dragoon goes off the track, and Fatal also goes off the track though.
And now that's allowed Grezza ahead of Dragoon, who then gets a little bit of a nudge there from Dre actually. That didn't look too great from Dre. And Dragoon struggles back onto track, but that didn't look like a great
He's lost his front wing end.
from Dre.
He's
there.
lost his front wing end plate.
Oh, has he? Okay. Didn't notice that.
Front left.
Yeah, you're right. That is missing. That will hurt. That's gonna do this whole lap without that, and then pit as well. He's likely to need a full safety car at some point in this race to get back properly.
Someone else who's hurting in this race is Spreader. He's now dropped behind Spriggs as well.
Yeah. So Spriggs has now got that move done, and Grezza, we've just seen on screen, Grezza's finally got the move done on Fatal. So he can look ahead now to Scott. But Fatal ain't gone anywhere yet, he's still right on the back of Grezza. driving really, really well, isn't he? Like, oh, very impressed at the moment.
Yeah. As well.
There's Zach Dre having a little look at him. Pencil able to. He's straight line. Dre comes back a bit towards the turn one and then goes for the gap on the inside. Fatal maybe was trying a little switch back but didn't quite work. But that's okay, Fatal. Don't worry too much about that. You're on the hards, they're on the mediums. If you can follow those guys for a few laps, that would do your race pretty good. So.
Yeah. As also, Al's lost a couple of places now. He's down to P8.
Yeah.
Just clinging onto the DRS of Davies. Or actually, I just realised his name's Davis. I asked him in my first ever race, but I did Davis, and he said Davis, but for some reason, in my head, I thought he said Davies.
Right, yeah. It's...
yeah.
It's always the thing, is it Davis or Davies? But, yeah. I'm just looking through the top guys, and at the moment, Shrek is looking pretty good. He's still on just over 50% energy, whereas Spriggs is on 43%, but all the other top guys, all the way down, until you get to Atkins. So, all the other 6 drivers in the top 8 have got really low energy now. A bit of lagging going on now on screen. Come on, internet, don't give up on me now.
Axel's definitely going to be putting pressure onto Kamarov in this race.
Davis with a nice move there up the inside of Ollie Champ into turn 1. Take to P6.
He's making progress here, and Spreader now. If he gets put under pressure enough from Shrek, he'll probably lose DRS to Spriggs.
Yeah, which will make him a complete sitting duck for Shrek. But to be quite honest with you, Shrek's got such a power advantage that if he decided to use his energy down the straight, there's nothing Spreader would be able to do about it. Just hasn't got the energy, and Shrek can see his lights flashing. I'm lagging around quite badly at the moment, actually.
That's a spin first. On past Davies, and Spreader has lost DRS to Spriggs.
Right, yeah, so... Yeah, the Shrek's... According to my timings, Shrek's dropped out... Summer is wrong with the timings. So on your screen device, it's Shrek showing plus 1.416.
No, he's showing +3, and he's now gaining on Spreader down the back straight, and he's about overtaking with DRS,
Yeah,
and he's
just
through
seen the overtake
for P4.
It's... On my
Has
screen,
someone
Shrek
desynced?
is stuck on plus 1.416, even though he's just overtaken Spreader.
I think someone's desynced, maybe? I don't know.
I think maybe they have, yeah. Oh, it's lag again. I just saw Spreader going off track, but it was lag. It's a nightmare when it starts doing this.
I think I've seen a bit of lag, but definitely bad, as all he's got is Davey and almighty bad.
No, Aaron lost 2 places and then
No.
jumped up 2 places again on my screen. I wonder
He's
if
been
I ought to
P8
leave
the
and
whole
rejoin,
time for me.
so I don't want this going on the whole stream. How close is Axel to Kamarov on your screen?
2.2.
Oh, mine's 1/10. Right, I'm gonna
It's
leave
definitely
and
not that.
rejoin. So guys, if you're watching the stream, I apologise about this, but I don't want this to be going on the whole race. So while we're still only a third of the way through, I'm just going to quickly quit and... Because it doesn't seem to be right in itself.
Cameron's now opened up a gap to Axel. Spriggs is doing well in third. And yeah, Shrek, as you said, he's just carved his way up. His race pace is before Spreader's just clinging on to DRS, but yeah, his race pace this weekend just hasn't been as good as he would have wanted. Ollie's got a big trade behind him of Davis, Aaron, and Atkins, who's in this trade, so he's doing well. Evan Mark is just out of DRS of them. Robbo and Big D on the hards, P11, P12. Then we have Akadre and Greza, who are gaining places in the race, followed by Teo, the Dark Lord, Goomba, Fatal, who disconnected, but he's back in now. Dragoon, who had an incident on lap 1, I believe, or it was actually no, lap 5 or something like that through the S's. And also Scott, who spun around twice, I think on lap 7 or 8. Spriggs is now within DRS of Axel.
Yeah, so I'm back with you now. I'm back in properly.
Yeah, well,
see what's going on. So, yeah, so
Spriggs just getting magnetised to the P2.
It looks like it's worked as well. This timing seems to have sorted out, so I think it's worked. Touch wood. So, it's a Shrek past Spreader. Spreader's got a nice little gap to Ollie now, though, so should be alright from here.
Yeah, Spreader's doing nicely in DRS of Shrek at the moment. But, yeah, the race has been really clean as well. Safety car,
yeah.
no nothing in Silverstone, I think.
No, it's happening again already. I just had it lagging and Spreader getting past Shrek then.
Yeah, Spreader definitely he's doing well. But that's PRF1. I think has been Spreader with a massive slide there out of the second to last corner. But PRF1's probably been these last 2 races in FanWho. That's the cleanest league racing I've seen.
Yeah.
Ever since I even started, to be honest, not even on F123.
There was a massive improvement last time. We did still have a couple of safety cars, didn't we? But it was a massive improvement. And tonight, so far, has been outstanding. So...
Well, last week on Friday, there was no safety cars.
Was there not?
So, yeah.
No, of course there wasn't, no. Sorry, I do multiple races, so I do get a bit confused sometimes between them.
Yeah,
unfortunately...
But, yeah, Spriggs is now...
around horrendously. This ain't no good. What's going on? Let me leave it to you to it a minute, bud.
Yeah, but Spriggs has now gotten within DRS of AC, and yeah, it's only 5/10, so definitely pressure be mounted. Axel here, Axel's bit. Now consider has always gotten past Davies, Davis. Their battle's never ending here. But yeah, there's just these little groups spread around the field, and at the moment they're all just keeping formation. As Spriggs is coming into the pit lane, early call there, just as I said, the pit stops were going to start coming out. Spriggs gaining on Axel is now going to put him under pressure by doing the undercut onto a set of hard compound tyres. And Al follows him.
So,
now it's going to be crucial that he doesn't come out in traffic. It's going to be crucial that Spriggs gets ahead of Big D. He does get ahead of Big D. That was crucial, but Big D's going to be side by side with him. Oh, that's going to mess tight. Spriggs up here. Yeah.
Yeah, Spriggs did not want that. He did not want that. You were right. Big D lets him through. Perhaps he felt he did something wrong in turn 1. I didn't see much wrong from his side of things. It's as much the driver leaving the pits that needs to be safe as the driver coming round actually on the lap. So
I think he just... Yeah, I think he just didn't want to either lose time battling improve S's or just knowing
what,
that Spriggs is battling for the lead, he just wanted to let him go.
Zarin picks up a penalty on his outlap as well, but it shows how close it is, doesn't it? Because Spriggs exited P11 straight into P10. Aaron, from his position, drops all the way to 17. So that's how tight it is in that sort of midfield. Dark Lord making a move up the inside on the straight.
Yeah.
And
Kamarov's in the pits, he does not want to risk an undercut, and Axel's also in the pits. It's going to be crucial here who comes out ahead. Spurs also coming in, Ollie's coming in, Davies and Shrek stay out.
so, yeah, Shrek staying out. He's going to try and have the better tyre later in the race. But he can't, I mean, he can't really stay out more than just the one more lap, can he? The undercut's just too powerful. But Cammy is out in traffic, and he's got Spriggs all over the back of him.
Yeah, Spriggs all over the back of him here, and
Well,
of course Kamarov's tyres will be colder.
For Spriggs to be on the back of Kamarov.
Yeah, I was honestly expecting him to come out behind Axel, but of course Axel with the colder tyres, Spriggs could have maybe overtaken him, but... Oh, Spriggs down the inside!
The inside of Kamarov.
He's done it!
He's got it done. Very nice
Wow,
move for
I mean,
Spriggs. And he's going to have DRS.
Could have... Wait, of course, because Kamarov overtaken, but Kamarov's coming back here. Of course, Kamarov does have
Kamarov's going to box him
more
in behind
energy
Robbo.
coming out of pits. Oh, that's smart.
Oh, poor old
That's
Robbo's
really smart
getting stuck
there.
in the middle of this.
Yeah, and now
Careful, boys.
Watson Spriggs has been. As he's tagged him! He's tagged him!
He has tagged in, and
Robbo's right,
Robbo's
he's
into the
out,
wall, and that will presumably be a safety car. It is. Oh dear. Oh
And
dear,
Shrek
oh dear, oh
and
dear.
Davies. That was really unfortunate.
Oh, I feel so sorry for Robbo there.
Spriggs. He
Stewards will
did
have to
that.
look at that. I think. Lots more, wouldn't he? He
but
would have dropped
still.
down plenty. I'm going to have to quit out again because this is absolutely horrendous on my screen. It's not just what's going on my screen. You're for me, Vice. You're cutting out every other word on the headset as well.
Oh,
So it seems
I
to be
think
affecting
is that
everybody.
maybe an issue with me then?